The tension of the MotoGP competition is heating up after a dramatic accident involving Marc Marquez. However, it was Pecco Bagnaia's confession that caught the eye, revealing the peculiarities of Ducati's new bike that seemed to be affecting its performance. What really happened behind the crash, and how did Ducati respond to the challenges? Let's discuss. The 2025 Spanish MotoGP, held at the Jerez circuit, presented an unexpected drama. Marc Marquez, the world champion, was forced to stop his fight early after a crash at the beginning of the race, in turn 8. The accident forced him to leave the race, leaving big questions about the cause of the incident. Although Marquez himself does not fully understand the factors that caused the crash, his teammate Pecco Bagnaia seems to have a clearer explanation for the incident. Bagnaia revealed the weaknesses of Ducati's new Desmacedessi GP25 bike, which he believes played a major role in Marquez's crash, as well as a number of problems he and Marquez experienced during the race. The Desmacedessi GP25 is the latest bike introduced by Ducati for the 2025 season, but it seems that this bike does not quite live up to the high expectations that have been built up. Although this bike has a number of promising updates, such as increased acceleration, higher top speed, and a better braking system, the reality is that the GP25 still has significant weaknesses that show up in certain areas. According to Bagnaia, this weakness is most noticeable in the fast corners that characterize the Jerez circuit. When I was chasing Fabio, I found it difficult to overtake. I lost a lot of time going into turns 7, 8, 11, and 12. I felt the front wheel lock up and it was difficult to maintain speed, said Bagnaia, describing the challenges he faced at the wheel of the GP25. Although the GP25 was supposed to offer several advantages over the GP24 he rode last season, in reality the bike struggled in the area that was its main strength. Bagnaia said that although the GP25 bike has new technology, it still uses some of the same components as the GP24, including the engine and certain systems. This is the main reason why several riders on GP24 bikes, such as Alex Marquez, Fermin Aldeguer and Franco Morbidelli, appear to be more competitive in some corners that were previously Ducati's strengths. Although the GP25 is more modern, the performance of the GP24 remains more stable in certain areas, especially in the fast corners that are now a major obstacle for Bagnaia and Marquez. Last year Bagnaia showed his superiority in fast corners. This season it is the opposite. Bagnaia feels a different kind of difficulty going into corners that used to be his strengths. It feels strange. In corners where I was very strong last year, like corners 11 and 12, it is very difficult this season. Even though I feel I'm in a good position behind other riders, I still can't overtake, said Bagnaia. This feeling of frustration is not only shared by Bagnaia, but also by Marquez, who is known for his exceptional ability to deal with various technical challenges. Even though I'm behind, it's okay. I'm looking at Alex's data, he's very strong in the same corners that I experienced last year. This means that the problem is not just about the speed of the bike, but how the bike works in fast corners, added Bagnaia. As Marquez's teammate, Bagnaia certainly understands that Marquez is not a rider who is easily hampered by technical problems. However, even though Marquez has extraordinary abilities, he cannot avoid the difficulties caused by the characteristics of the GP25 bike, which are not yet fully optimal on certain circuits. Although the GP25 has some glaring weaknesses, Pecco Bagnaia, Ducati's mainstay rider, is reluctant to conclude that the bike is worse than the GP24. Instead, Bagnaia prefers to see the great potential of the GP25, which he believes can be maximized with further technical improvements. I think the GP25 has more potential than the GP24. It has more acceleration and top speed, better braking zones, and also very good straight-line performance, he said, confident that the bike has advantages in several important areas of racing. However, while the GP25 looks promising in these areas, Bagnaia is aware that there are still shortcomings that need to be overcome before the bike can compete at the highest level. One of the GP25's main problems is the bike's performance in a very important area of MotoGP competition: fast corners. Fast corners are a crucial area where riders must use the agility and stability of the bike to gain an advantage on the track. Compared to Bagnaia's lap records last year, his lap data this season shows a significant decrease, especially in the fast corners. Look at my lap data from last year and compare it with Alex Marquez, who is now riding the GP24. It's very similar. The real potential is in the fast corners, and compared to the bike I'm riding now I can't do it, explained Bagnaia, highlighting the importance of the bike's ability in this area. With a significant difference in fast corner records, Bagnaia feels that the GP25 has not been able to optimize its overall performance. Although the bike has advantages in terms of acceleration and top speed, as well as braking stability, the agility factor and ability to adapt in fast corners are crucial to winning races at the highest level of competition. Bagnaia believes that with some technical improvements in this area, the GP25 can become a more balanced and competitive bike, capable of competing with other top bikes on the MotoGP grid. Although the GP25 has not produced the best results, Bagnaia remains optimistic about the bike's potential. He knows that there is a lot of room for development, and that with some technical updates and adjustments the bike can overcome existing weaknesses and achieve better results in the rest of the season. Bagnaia also hopes that the Ducati team can continue to work hard to overcome the bike's shortcomings so that the GP25 can perform at its best in the remaining series. Bagnaia stated that although the GP25 has some shortcomings that hinder its performance in the race, there is hope that Ducati will soon find a solution to this problem. With the potential of the GP25, Bagnaia believes that the bike can be more dominant in the future if the technical issues in the fast corner area can be resolved. I am sure that Ducati can solve this problem. The GP25 has a great potential, better than the GP24, but if this problem is not solved, we will have a hard time winning consistently, he added. Bagnaia also stressed that although the weather at the Jerez circuit was very hot during this race, he felt that the problem was not solely caused by the air temperature. It's true that the weather was hot, but it always feels like that when I'm behind another rider. Even in the warm-up it feels slow, and when we are behind someone we start to feel it, he explained. Ducati must now take immediate steps to resolve the existing problems, given the huge potential of the GP25. If the bike can be optimized for fast corners, it is not impossible that the GP25 will be a superior bike, not only for Bagnaia and Marquez, but for the Ducati team as a whole. The drama of the race at Jerez has highlighted the challenge that Ducati face with their new bike, the GP25. Although the GP25 has great potential, its weaknesses in fast corners have been a major problem for both Francesco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez. Both riders have struggled to adapt to the bike's characteristics on certain circuits. This is an issue that needs to be addressed immediately if Ducati are to compete optimally in the remainder of the 2025 season. The current challenge lies not only in technical issues, but also in the Ducati team's ability to adjust the bike settings to be more competitive in different race conditions. If the technical team can quickly optimize the potential of the GP25, then Ducati can once again become a leader in MotoGP. On the other hand, if these obstacles cannot be overcome immediately, Ducati's chances of winning the World Championship this season will be even slimmer, and their position as the main contender in the World Championship could shift. Therefore, the rest of the season will be a big test for Ducati, who will have to show their ability to overcome the existing technical challenges in order to achieve success in MotoGP. What challenges does Ducati face in maintaining its position as a major contender in the MotoGP World Championship? Write your opinion below.